Hey guys, Jaclyn Renee, holistic health coach, and I'm back for another awesome, super easy recipe and to talk about our most vital organ, our brain, right? So we need it for function every day. So many Americans suffer from brain fog or cognitive function, or even just like that day-to-day memory loss, or just feeling pretty foggy. So there are foods that actually improve brain health. And furthermore, beyond the foods improving brain health, they actually, supply the body with a good amount of omegas, and that helps the heart. When the brain is functioning well, it's like everything is functioning well. So we really want to nail that in and get the good brain health going, right? So today we're going to be preparing one of my favorites. It's called Carrot Cake Chia pudding. So it's a play on carrot cake, but obviously if we're talking about brain health, we're not gonna dig into a delicious sugar-filled cake, which brings me to my point. Sugar is one of the most inflammatory foods there is. I wouldn't actually even consider it a food because it is so much of a toxic trigger. So reducing or removing sugar in your diet is the number one thing you wanna start with when improving brain function. When I work with clients, I'll have them start to do fruit swap. So we call it fruit swap. If you're having a sugar craving, have a piece of fruit instead. You're gonna get the fiber, you're gonna get the vitamins and the nutrients, you're gonna get that energy, that complex carbohydrate from the fruit energy, and it's not going to cause inflammation in your body. Another thing you can do is supplement with things like maple syrup or honey. Those are very natural. And then today we're actually using something called monk fruit, which is derived from a fruit. It does not have any sugar grams. It's not inflammatory to the body or the system. It has a sweet flavor. So even when you're cooking or baking or preparing something with it, you get the sweet flavor without the sugar grams and all that comes with it after, the brain fog, the weight gain, and inflammation of the body. So there are alternatives to do when you're trying to reduce sugar in your diet. So just to recap for you guys, number one, reduce white sugar or cane sugar, even high fructose corn syrup, and then introduce things like fruits, natural sugars like honey and maple syrup, or even more natural sweeteners like monk fruit, even stevia is good, okay? Now, if you are struggling with brain fog and that is something that you're dealing with on a daily basis, but you are trying to change your diet already, there are things that can help. From EU Naturals, they have this supplement called My Brain. I always want to be like, my brain, when I say that. It has feverfew and butterbur, both are really good to help reduce brain fog and improve concentration. But also, you guys, vitamin B, riboflavin, vitamin B6, folate, B12, all really good vitamins for your brain. Another really good vitamin for your brain too is the omegas. And that's why we're making a carrot cake chia pudding today with walnuts, another good brain food, to make sure that when we eat this in the morning, we're improving our function, our cognitive function, and we're improving our concentration throughout the day. So we're having tippity top brain health for every day we have to improve our vitality, right? Because that's why we're here. We're all here to get healthy. We're on this health revolution to move in the right direction, okay? So let's get started on the carrot cake chia pudding, okay? So the first thing is, we always have our spices. So I like to use organic spices, and make sure you're only keeping them for about 6 months because they will get moldy, and mold is really bad for inflammation in your body. So you wanna start with organic spices. Today we're using cloves, ginger, and cinnamon. Now you're more than welcome to use fresh ginger or grate the cloves and the cinnamon the day of, be even more fresh. Today we're using ground, and we're gonna go ahead and put them in our bowl, okay? The second ingredient we will need is our chia seeds. So we're going to put half a cup, and remember that you can find all the recipes on my website, jaclynrenewellness.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at jaclynrenewellness and see a lot of other fun recipes and different videos and health information. I'm all about that gut health. Chia seeds are also really helpful for digestion because they have a ton of fiber. And fiber is what, keeps the world going round, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix my spices in with my chia. first, kind of get the dry ingredients going. And then of course we need our carrot part of our carrot cake. So I went ahead prior to this video and grated 1 carrot. Okay, 1 organic carrot. I did peel it and then grated it over a bowl, and then we can go ahead and add the carrot. And honestly, you guys, this adds a little bit of a crunch to the chia pudding. Ugh, it's so good. I made a batch ahead of time so that I could show you guys what it will look like after, since we won't be able to wait until tomorrow on this video. And then I ended up eating it, the whole thing, and I was like, oh gosh, now I have to make a whole nother one and grate a whole nother carrot and so on and so forth. It just kept going. So we go ahead and mix this in. And I'm accentuating a lot of this for the video today, but you guys, this is a 3-minute thing. Think about it in the morning. Do you have time for breakfast? Breakfast is what sets off your brain for the day. Those healthy fats and those good complex carbohydrates and protein from the chia. These things are so important to keep your brain function throughout the day and keep you sustained and make you feel like you have like good blood sugar balance throughout the day. If you guys remember my hormone balancing smoothie, you can check back a couple posts about my hormone balancing smoothie. It's all about stabilizing your blood sugar. So if you say to me, Jack, I don't have time for breakfast in the morning, I'm like, well, do you have 3 minutes at night and you can make this? And then in the morning, it's ready to go and you can go ahead and eat it. Now, you know, as a digestion specialist, I don't condone eating in the car or eating on the run, but since it's already done, it can't take you longer than another 3 or 4 minutes to actually eat this. So it's a win-win, and you can have no excuses because I just made sure I got around all your excuses. So who's making the carrot cake pudding this weekend? All right, so I mixed that all in, and honestly, guys, I wish you could smell this. The ginger and the cinnamon and the cloves mixed together, they taste literally just like cake. All right, so now we're gonna add our almond milk. And I know on another video, I made my own cashew milk because I hate the preservatives and all the other stuff inside of almond milks, cashew milks, everything. But there are brands out there. I encourage you to be your own investigator. Turn it around and look at the back and see what the ingredients are. Now in this one, it's just filtered water and organic almonds. Most of the time they blanch them, they take the skin off, it releases the phytic acid. And so then you just have clean almond milk. If you're looking on the back and you see things like gums or additives, preservatives, if you can't read it, you shouldn't eat it. All right, let me repeat that one more time just so you can hear it, function, know it's in your life. If you can't read it, you shouldn't eat it. Things that we should be eating don't really require a label. They have one ingredient, just like this, right? So clean almond milk or cashew milk or oat milk or whatever it is you want to put in. You can make your own. It makes life a lot easier. So because the chia, it basically is like, remember chia pets? It goes up so much. We're gonna actually need a lot of milk. And if you don't have a ton of milk, because we're gonna do 2 cups today, you can also use water. Like if you have a little bit of milk and you wanna do milk and water. Coconut milk will make it even creamier, and then if you're doing coconut milk, you're adding a lot of fat. So don't forget that, like extra fats. We love healthy fats for the brain. However, you do need to be careful that you're not over-consuming them, right? So that's our milk, and we're gonna go ahead and start to mix this up. It'll be a little chunky at first, but once you get it kind of whipping around, it'll feel really good. And actually what will happen is over the next little bit, I'm gonna check on it, and we're gonna keep mixing it a little bit to make sure that those chias are mixed in and they're not kind of lumping in one spot. Okay, so got my checklist here. I have my carrot, my cinnamon, my cloves, my ginger, my almond milk. Now I have to add my sweetener. So a couple of things that you can do is, like we said before, for natural sweetener, we said that you can do honey or maple syrup. If you're trying to watch your sugar grams and your sugar calories, you can do something like the monk fruit. That's what I'm going to do today. Organic monk fruit, okay? Make sure it is organic. We do not consume pesticides up in this house. It is not JRW approved. So I'm gonna start with 1 teaspoon. The thing about natural sweeteners is you wanna start small and add your way up, because you can always add more, right? So I started with 1 teaspoon. And what I'm gonna do here is grab a little spoon. I can already see it starting to thicken up. That's so great. I'm gonna do a little taste test. It's not sweet enough for me. I don't know if it's sweet enough for you, but I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 more teaspoons and then start to mix it up again. So just kind of like, cooking is all about feeling. It's all about intuition, or prepping, I should say. I'm not really cooking anything, but you wanna just flow with it and see what feels right for you. So not everybody likes things as sweet. I'm gonna start with this 3 teaspoons and see how it feels. Give it one more taste. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about right. That's just enough for me. So it looks like I added 3 teaspoons to my, and this is actually for probably 3 to 4 servings. We're making a few because prepping, success is all about prepping, right? So we're going to prep this. Now what you can do, what makes life a little easy, is buying these little tiny mason jars, not super tiny, they're about 1 cup. And then you can add your chia pudding to each of these, put them in the fridge, and then in the morning, boom, you have your exact meal, right? So, but what I'm gonna do, since it's just me and I am single and I like to eat out of the carton, drink out of the carton, eat out of the bowl, and I don't care if anybody else cares because it's just my house, I'm going to just keep this in one bowl and eat right out of the bowl. But if you have guests or you're doing fun things with friends and you want to bring each individual pack, or you want to have them separated if you are a little concerned about portion control, then you can do more something like that. So I'm just gonna transfer this into my Tupperware that I wanna put in. Side note, glass Tupperware only, you guys. Plastic Tupperware is full of a chemical known as bisphenol A, BPA, you've probably heard of it. And this chemical is very toxic to our system. It leaches into our skin, it gets in our bloodstream, it's bad for our hormones, not just women, both men. It can be cancer causing. We like to stay as far from it as we can, especially if you're heating something up, especially in the microwave. So all glass, all the time, for everything, okay? Mason jars are great. You can get a bunch of different glass jars anywhere. So let's keep it to the glass, okay? Set this down. Give it a last little mix. It's already forming here. Cool. So go ahead and put this on. And what we're gonna do now is just put that in the fridge. I'll have my lovely assistant do that. Oh, I don't have an assistant, okay. So put that in the fridge, and then what happens is overnight, it starts to turn into a pudding, right? So I'm gonna get up close here so you guys can see this. This is from yesterday, the one I didn't eat. So look how awesome that looks, right? It's nice, a nice texture, good pudding. And so of course, what we want to do now is we want to top it. We want to have some good flavor on the top. Now we're talking about brain health, right? Nothing says brain health more than a walnut. If you've ever seen these different blogs or articles, they say that if the food looks like a certain organ, then that's what it feeds. So that looks like a brain, right? Or it could even look like a heart because it's got its omegas. So brain food right here are walnuts. I'm just gonna set this up nice and pretty for you guys so you can see it. You can actually add any different types of toppers you want on here, but I am going to do some walnuts. I'm also going to do some shredded coconut. Shredded coconut also has good vitamins and nutrients, very antifungal, good fats for brain health. So of course I'm gonna try and make this pretty right in front of you guys. So we do a little shredded coconut. Now I feel like it might be fun to do a little shredded carrot on the top. So let me grab another carrot and let's do a little shredded carrot. All right, so I have my little shredder here. Go over my bowl. Just get that carrot shredding. Don't need a lot, just a little garnish. You know, we like to add a little color to our meals. Okay, a little more. Now, I would love for you guys to comment below, what would be a topping you would add to this? I'd love to know. Let me just add a little bit here for some color. Awesome. All right. Check that beautiful bowl out. It's looking good. All right, so that is it. That is how easy and simple that chia pudding is. It's super delicious, can be served as dessert, can be eaten for breakfast. You guys, I cannot stress the importance of brain health when it comes to how our modern lifestyle is, okay? So let's break it down just for a little bit. Our body, our nervous system has two different systems, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The parasympathetic is our rest and digest. This is where we eat, this is where we rest, this is where we want to be most of the time. However, we are so much in our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight response. It shuts down our digestion and it makes it hard to function on a daily basis. I went to this incredible seminar where I heard some neurologists speak, and when they were asked the question, what is the number one thing people can do to improve brain health, but to also try to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia? And they said to stop multitasking. When we multitask, we are constantly in fight or flight response. We're pushing, pumping that cortisol and stressing the nervous system farther than it can go. So it's really important to slow down when it comes to brain health and to introduce these amazing, delicious brain health foods that will keep our cognitive function well and keep preventing disease as we move forward, okay? So simple, easy thing. You could throw it in your weekly rotation a couple times a week. It won't take you but 5 minutes to make and 5 minutes to eat. And I hope that it helps you in your routine to get better as in your long-term health and wellness goals, right? So I hope you enjoy that. Don't forget, if you are struggling, you can always pick up My Brain from EU Naturals. In the meantime, make sure that you check out my website, JaclynReneeWellness.com, for additional recipes and health information. And head on over to @JaclynReneeWellness on Instagram. Hit like, follow me, and send me a message. I want to hear from you. I love meeting new people. I love connecting, and so I'm all about it. So do that today, make this tonight, and have an awesome day tomorrow. I'll see you guys soon.